Well, hey guys, we're excited about this 21-day challenge that has started and just really impressed that so many of us have said we're ready to go all in. So excited to see what happens, not just with us, but with our connections as we go into pods. And we're going to be in groups of 4. And we've got a question that we're going to give you before we go into our pods to talk to our pods. But we want to just encourage you and empower you that the pods will be as great as we make them, right? Or as great as you make them. So the more vulnerable you can be with your pod, the more real you could be, the better the experience will be for everyone. So wanted to just throw that out there to everybody. It's one of my favorite things that we do just because I love when we all get to know each other on that deeper, more intimate level. So I think it's going to be really great for all of us.
It will. And Meg, are you working on the breakout room setup? Okay. So we're going to go into the breakout rooms, you guys. Before we do, does anybody have any questions about the challenge itself, keeping points, scoring, like any of that? We try to keep it as straightforward as possible. We have the spreadsheet that you can use for your results. Okay, awesome. And hopefully you've all sent your money to Meg for the prizes, because you do have to have major contribution in order to participate, but the pot's up to like over $400 already, you guys. So we're going to do weekly prizes as well as a grand prize at the end. So you can see it's going to be pretty significant. And we are going to meet after team time each week. We're going to be doing an all challenge huddle afterwards, and we'll be doing those drawings and stuff during that time. So the first one will be next week. So as we break out into the rooms, what's going to happen is should be 4 people. You'll have 3 or 4 people in the room. And the question is, what are you going to do when it gets hard? And then how can your pod hold you accountable or encourage you through that? So that's what you will be, vulnerably sharing, maybe what your risk factors are or whatever that, when you trip yourself up and what you tend to do. And the pod leader is going to be the youngest person in the group. So, and so when we come back, we'll reconvene and we'll have you raise your virtual hands because we do want to keep track of the pods and have a couple of things for the pod leaders after that we can communicate with you afterwards. But basically what will happen is your pod will come together. You guys are going to connect tonight. You're going to meet. Your pod leader will be responsible for putting together a text thread or private messenger thread, whichever one you guys decide as a group. And then you guys as a group can determine if you want to meet weekly on Zoom or whatever as well. But we definitely want daily participation in your pods in the text threads or private messenger threads. So who's ready? You ready? Meg, you ready?
Yeah, we're ready. We have people that keep joining our room, so I'm trying to keep connecting people.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll keep. And we do have some people, so if you have a coach on your team or somebody who was like, oh, shoot, I couldn't come to the meeting. If they notify us within 24 hours, we'll put them into a pod, you know what I mean? So knew a couple of people couldn't be on, they were doing something with their family or whatever. But if that's the case, if you have a coach, we'd like to get it all done right here at the beginning if we can.
But we might add, there'll be a couple of groups of 3, and just know if you're in a group of 3, we're going to add you to a bigger group. And I did see a question come in through the chat from Sarah Bond. How does the pod play into it? What are the expectations? Dee, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, I mean, it really is what Meg said. It's going to be up to you guys, right? How you guys connect. A pod leader is really just responsible for kind of keeping communication going with the group. But our vision is that this is a group that you'll be in a text thread with. You're going to share, tonight. But then you'll be in a text thread or a private messenger thread on Facebook and do like daily check-ins. What's going on? Celebrate each other. If you're having a hard day, that's the group that you go to, right? Because we know the power of support. And this is over and above like your weekly communication you'll have with your coach, etc. But that's that vulnerability. This is where we're hoping, because 3 weeks, we can all start out on gung-ho on day 1. You know what I mean? And day 14, be like, yeah, I don't know about this. So, if you tend to hide or whatever, like let your coach know, let your pod know that. But other than that, I mean, if you and the group want to meet together, once a week, like on Zoom or something, we're going to leave that up to your group. Your pod leader may double check with you, like, hey, did you fill out the Google form? Are you going to be on the call tonight on Monday or whatever? So we'll just keep rolling with that. But does that help, Sarah and everyone? And yeah, the question is, what are you going to do when it gets hard? And how can your pod hold you accountable or support and encourage you during that time? We'll pop that into the chat when you're in your rooms as well. So when you spin off, you guys will quickly go around who's the youngest, right? And if you are the youngest in the group, you get to be the leader. And we'll ask you to facilitate those questions. You know what I mean? Who wants to go first? And just get each person, kind of keep an eye on the time. If you have 3 or 4, we're going to give you 12 minutes. So that kind of gives you a transition time, and then 3 or 4 minutes per person.
All right, I think we're ready. Any other questions, pop them in the chat, and let's all smile. Up, we got one more person that just added. Let's all smile for a picture real quick. So everybody smile, and I'll take a screenshot of both pages. Here's page 1 and page 2. And if it's at all possible, if you're not on camera right now and you can be, that would be really, really helpful. So just throwing that out there. We got one more friend joining us. Y'all, thank you for being patient as we make sure everybody has the best experience possible. All right, so here we go. I'm going to press the button and then we'll all come back in just a couple minutes. But the person with who is the youngest is the one that's going to lead the group. All right, here we go.
Yes, I am back.
Perfect. Well, it looks like we still have some friends who have yet to join us. They must be having some really good conversation.
If you're on this, like we'll have everybody do it, but if you are the pod leader, can you use the reactions and raise your virtual hand so we know that we can get it down on our end? Jessica.
Was this the leader?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you're just now joining us, if you are the leader, if you would raise your virtual hand so we can have it down on our end who all the leaders are. We should have 9 hands raised virtually, hopefully.
Whitney. Okay. Annalisa.
And Dee, I'll text these to you.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so we should have 2 more leaders out there. Let's see, do we have both pages? Let me check the other page. Raise your virtual hand if you are the pod leader, if you were assigned as the pod leader. Oh, got one more. Lauren, hi. And Lauren Groves. So Lauren, so we should have them all now, Meg. Do you see?
Got it.
Okay. Awesome. So
Keep
we
your hand
will,
raised, everybody.
yeah, keep them raised. We keep them raised. We will reach out to you pod leaders we'll put together a thread for you, like in Messenger, and then we'll just communicate with you. Just kind of, you can ask questions or whatever, but we'll keep communication flowing that way. And then we'll plan as a group that we're going to meet weekly right after team time, starting next week. That's when we'll do our prize drawings. There will be a Google form posted every Monday for you to fill in. And so you'll never know if the prize is just for turning in your form or is it points driven. We're going to mix it up. So, it could be for a specific category. It could be whatever. So regardless of your week, you want to be checking in with us because that's a big part of it, is just the whole accountability. Questions? Meg, you're muted.
Y'all can lower your virtual hand now. And I'll just echo what Dee said. In our experience in all of these challenges, it's not necessarily what happens on the first week that matters. What we know, right, is what happens consistently, which is why we really want to value when people do things, week after week, day after day. And so if you have any questions, if you want to raise your virtual hand and ask them, that would be great. Rebecca.
Really quickly, I feel like I saw something about our posting needing to happen on the Coaches Opt for Change wall. Like when we do our post, it should be there. Is that right?
What post are you talking about?
Oh, I might have to go back and read the directions. I thought we had to post daily, like have a post of some sort daily.
So we're going to have a post in Coaches Opt for Change every day around 7 a.m. like we do for all the challenges. And it'll be in Eat, Live, and Be Healthy. So but for
Coaches.
this, it's going to be in Coaches Opt for Change. So every day around 7 a.m., we're going to have a post in Coaches Opt for Change. So if you'll comment on that and engage with that post, that would be how you
That's
get
your community point, right? So what we're giving points for is the 4 components of the program. There is a bonus point opportunity if you can get 1 extra bonus point a week if you share your journey out loud on your personal public wall. So like I did a post today saying that I was, going all in with my team and whatever. So, and then I'd be doing updates over the next few weeks with what I'm eating, how I feel and results. So if you live your journey out loud, which we know tends to be the most inspiring and attractive to other people is your personal journey, you'll get a bonus point for that.
And Shelly, is that a clap? Is that a happy clap?
You know what? That was me raising my hand.
Oh, good. Well, it worked.
I had a quick question. So does that need to be on Facebook or can it be on Instagram or TikTok or does it matter? As long as we're I'm just trying to do a live every day. Started today on my TikTok. So is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yep. And then I have a text question. So with the Google Doc, how do I send that?
Great question. So we're going to have a Google form. It'll be posted in Coaches Opt for Change at the end of week 1, at the end of week 2, and at the end of week 3. And when you're in that Google form, it'll ask you for your total points. And so you'll enter it there. Would it be helpful to show y'all the point tracker and how that works?
Yes.
I'm getting some
yeses. Help me.
Okay.
Thanks.
So I'm going to pull that up real quick. All right. Do y'all see the Revive and Thrive point tracker? Okay. So you'll notice here.
There's something blocking it. There's like a picture of a man with a coffee cup. There you go. Yeah.
Is that better?
No, I have do you guys see it? I see the all coaches list.
Oh. Is that better? Let's see. Stop. Okay, I stopped sharing. Let's see. Some days. There we go. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. So how this report works, these blue dots right here, these blue squares are all formulas. So you shouldn't need to touch the blue parts or where it says number of days this week, 100% on plan. So when you scroll down, let's say week 1, we're on plan on Monday. I'm going to give myself 1 point. Tuesday, 1 point. Wednesday, 1 point. So you'll notice however many days I'm on plan, it gives you a total. Do y'all see that? So it gives me 7. And then up here, it puts 7 points up here in this cell. Does that make sense? So for everything that we need to count daily, you can count it down here. So if you're on plan, if you're spending 5 minutes a day reading in your Habits of Health or your Life book, or you're commenting on that daily Facebook post in Coaches Opt for Change, all of your actions you can count here, and it'll automatically count when you go up here. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay.
So Vicki Meister just asked a question. She said, so do we fill out that tracker? Yes, Vicky, this is for you so that you can track. And then when we, at the end of the week, ask how many points did you get? This is a simple way for the spreadsheet to do it for you. So you download a copy of this spreadsheet, and then you can use it. Or, I mean, you can pen and paper it if you want,
Yeah.
but
That spreadsheet is just to help you keep track of things. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to. You could totally just use a pen and a paper.
the one thing I would encourage all of us to do is our Eat, Live, and Be Healthy group has gotten a little sleepy. It's gotten a little stale, you know, and so like I put a post in there today and I said, how many, you know, just curious, how many people are recommitting and starting plan again today? If you can go over there and comment like I am, whatever, that will keep the post over there, like generating activity. And if you see one of your clients that said yes or whatever, make sure you connect with them, right? So that we can, we want to, you know, help people reintegrate into the system and not just be trying on their own. But then if you have results, you know, like let's say, you know, day 5 and you're like, hey, day 5, I'm down 3 pounds, like pop it in the Eat, Live, and Be Healthy too, because that can be inspiring to other people. We'll probably roll out something to the clients later in the month, but we wanted to kind of get all us thriving before we did so. But I think anything we can do to help create energy over there. And I think I know personally, it's easy for me to kind of forget about that group. But if we each, you know, did a little something, that I think that would go a long way. All right. Well, I show us at the 30-minute mark. Meg, do you have anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Well, super proud of all of us for getting together, for being accountable, for committing to yourself. It's going to be a great year. So, all right. We'll be in touch in the Facebook group. See ya.